Alright, today we're going to talk all about relics in Honkai Star Rail. So, relics are going to be very important, especially once you get to higher Trailblaze levels. Like, if you're below, honestly, like below like Trailblaze level 40, you really won't worry about them at all. But I don't think you should be farming relics, like going out of your way to farm them, until at least past Trailblaze level 50. And the reason for that is because Trailblaze level 50 is when you get at least a 50% chance to get a second 5-star relic drop, which is super important to be able to get more relics, more effectively. And I'm not sure if Trailblaze level 60 has guaranteed 2 drops, but I'll find that out soon enough since I'm at 59 right now. But yeah, I want to go over how each of the relics works, and then also just showing how stats, like what kind of stats can go on each of them as well. I'm not going to go over like, oh, these are the best stats for every character, because that would just take forever and wouldn't necessarily be like the best thing to go over now. But to start, there are 6 main relic pieces. You have a headpiece, you have a glove or like hand piece, then you have a body piece, whether it's like an outfit, a jacket, whatever. You have like a foot piece, or like for them it's mostly like shoes. Then you have the planar ornament. 2 pieces. You have the planar sphere and then the link rope, which these 2 are only obtainable from Simulated Universe, or at least they're mainly obtained from Simulated Universe. So that's one of the main reasons you also should be doing Simulated Universe every week, so that you can get the little like immersifier tokens, so you can get more of the planar relics. So now, yeah, let's start out. Let's go from the left to the right here, and then we'll go over like what stats can go on what for main stats. Because the main thing you want to look at is the main stat for most of these. Now, the first 2, the headpiece and the like gloves, are the exceptions to that because they have the same main stat no matter what. No matter the set, no matter which relic you have, like all of these for the headpieces, they are all HP flat stats. So that's just the thing with the headpieces; they will only be flat HP. So for these, and then also for the gloves, I'll just show they are all a flat attack boost. So because of that, for these, you just want to mainly focus on the substats, which, the main stat is this top one that's highlighted, and then the 4 stats below it, or, however many are available when you're seeing the relic, because the lesser rarity relics will only have, like, 2 for 3 stars. We have 2 there as well for 4 stars. Sometimes 4 stars will start out with 3. 5 stars typically start out with 3, and then you unlock a 4th one, because you either unlock a stat every 3 levels, but if you have 4, then you'll start to enhance stats and get higher rates on them. So, yeah, you want to look for those substats, and if you're running a damage dealer for the relic, you want attack percent, crit rate, crit damage, all those fun things. If you're looking at a more support unit, you may want like speed, you may want effect hit rate, effect res is pretty good for everyone if it's a stat that you just have. Break effect is cool, so all those things. Yeah, but the headpiece, and then also pretty much the same applies for the glove piece. They're all very similar to each other because they have the flat stats. You just want to focus on those subsets for them to be able to boost up your team. Then we get to some a little more complicated, because now we got to focus on main stats as well. We get to the body piece, and the body piece has a bunch of different things it can have for the main stat. The main thing though is that the body is, we'll double check it on once we look at all what the main stats could be, but I think the body piece is the only one that can have crit rate and crit damage as the main stat. And that's such a huge thing for damage dealers to be able to boost up their crit rate, crit damage. So I have a crit rate piece on my Sela, and this is really important to take a note of, because as you start getting higher rarity relics, you're gonna see that even if they're like at the same level, a 5-star crit rate piece is going to have more crit rate on the main stat, than a 4-star one at the exact same level. So yeah, because of that, it's really good. Like if you get a good 5-star crit rate piece, but you also have a good 4-star one, I would keep the 4-star one in case you need it if you don't have many crit rate pieces, but definitely switch to that 5-star crit rate piece because you end up getting more crit rate overall. Plus also, the higher the rarity of the relic, the more levels it'll go up to, because 4 stars will stop at level 12, whereas 5 stars go to level 15. But yeah, so for this, you have the main stat, and then you want to try to get some good substats. Now, this piece didn't roll that great, but because I don't have any other great crit rate pieces, I'm holding on to it for right now. But when I get a better one, then I'll be sure to switch it out. Then next up, we have the boots, which similarly to the body piece, the foot piece, it has plenty of different things it could have for the substats. I mean, not for the substats, for the main stats. And the big, advantage of the foot piece in comparison to the body, where the body has crit rate and crit damage as like the substats that are exclusive to it, the boots have speed. And speed, I'm gonna go to, who do I have speed on? I have speed on someone. Let me see. Here we go, Gavin Pella. Speed is going to be so good for your supports. Your Harmony characters, your Nihility characters, even your Abundance characters as well to get heals off. That's going to be so important for them because they're going to be able to act before your damage dealer, so they can get all their buffs to your damage dealer, all their debuffs on the enemy, so that you can increase your damage. So having speed as the main stat is super important for characters like that. Then otherwise, substats remain the same. And also the big thing with substats is that you want to have percentage boosts rather than flat boosts. And the reason for that is because percentage boosts will scale based on how much of the base stat you have, as opposed to the flat boosters being like adding. So like for example, this one has attack 32. That's adding 32 attack to my base attack, which if I pull up my stats, my base attack is 971. So if with that, it would bring my base attack from 971 to just a bit over 1,000. Whereas with some percentages, which I have, I'm getting a lot more attack because instead of adding like 32, like for example, this is adding 43.2% to that attack. So almost half of it is coming from these boots I have on my Sela. And that's giving me so much more attack. So now my attack is, with all the percentage boosts I have, it's over 2,600, which is a lot more. So you definitely want to focus on getting those percentage boosts, and those will help push your characters to have even higher abilities. And for speed does not have a percentage boost. If it did, it'd be kind of crazy. So for speed, it is going to always be a flat number. So you'll just have to deal with that as well. Then we go to the planar ornaments, which right now, the main way to get them is Simulated Universe. These are super important because these are the only relics that can carry the elemental damage boost main stats, which is super important to being able to boost your damage, because having a damage boost with the way that calculations work in the game is going to increase your damage more than an attack boost. So being able to increase the damage from your element is going to boost your character's damage so much. And you'll definitely notice the difference between not having a damage boost planar sphere versus having one. And then, substats, same kind of thing as everything else. They're not really going to change for any of them. And lastly, we have the link rope. And the big thing with the link ropes that is unique is that for the main stat, and I honestly only have one of them, I think it's on my Silver Wolf, you have the energy regeneration rate main stat, which makes your ultimate come back faster, which is going to be so nice, especially for a lot of characters that want to get their ultimate. They're going to be, if they have an energy regeneration rate rope, they're going to be able to keep getting that ultimate back and just getting more of the benefits because they're going to be getting their energy back faster. But yeah, then lastly, let's take a look at just a chart about the main stats for each of these relics. So shoutouts to the Honkai Star Rail wiki for these. So it's showing what we have for the for the main stats here. So speed, as I said before, can only be on the feet piece. Flat HP is on the head piece. Flat attack is on the hand piece. Then the percentage for HP, attack, and defense can be on any of the last 4 pieces: body, feet, planar sphere, link rope. Break effect can only be on the link rope, so that's something else if you're looking for a character to have a lot of break. Break effect. Effect hit rate can only be on the body, so that's gonna be mainly for your nihility characters to get their debuffs to go off. Energy regenerate, as I said, is on the link rope only. Outgoing healing boost for your healers is on the body piece only. And then all of the elemental damage boosts, so physical, fire, ice, wind, lightning, quantum, and imaginary, those are all only on the planar sphere. And then crit rate and crit damage are only on the body piece. So yeah, those are how the main stats work, and also just how relics work in general. So I definitely hope this helps out, because having a good knowledge of what the relics do and like what kind of relics you think your characters are going to need is really going to help your account. You're going to be able to boost your damage, boost your ability to complete content, and you'll just be able to get more harder content and end game content done.